How to be a bold Christian. Today, we are going to unpack the story of the Hebrew boys that were thrown into the fire by Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar is the king of Babylon at the time. Babylon is probably the worst ever when it comes to civilization, culture. They were the opposite of Christ. And these Hebrew boys were of Christ. So today we are going to unpack the characteristics that they had, their boldness and faith in the Lord. And they were in a time and they were in a culture and they were in a city that is worse than what we have today, or maybe even similar. So let's adopt these characteristics as Christians, especially in the times like today, where everyone that we know that does not believe in the Lord can use some light in their dark world. And if we are bold in our faith and if we are bold in what we believe in, if we are bold by our actions, they will see the light. So if you have some compassion, if you want to encourage others, if you want to inspire others, if you want to shed some light, because the Lord told you and he told me that are like lights and he will put us on a lampstand, that he will put on us on a hill. Listen up, take some notes, and after this video, let's be bold together. This story starts off in Daniel 3, verses 13 through 18. So we have 5 verses. Then Nebuchadnezzar flew into a rage and ordered Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego be brought before him. When they were brought in, Nebuchadnezzar said to them, "Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you refuse to serve my gods or to worship the gold statue I have set up? I will give you one more chance to bow down and worship the statue I have made when you hear the sound of the musical instruments. But if you refuse, you will be thrown immediately into the blazing furnace. And then what God will be able to rescue from my power?" Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God whom we serve is able to save us. He will rescue us from your power, your majesty. But even if he doesn't, we want to make it clear to you, your majesty, that we will never serve your gods or worship the gold statue you have set up." Bold. That is the only word in this story that we are going to unpack. Bold and boldness. These Hebrew boys, they understood the assignment. They had confidence in the Lord. And right now, you might not have confidence in the Lord because maybe you have prayed some prayers and he didn't answer it for you. Maybe you were just wish-washy. Maybe you were like a wind, like a wave tossed by the wind. You don't know which way to go. The preachers that have been preaching to you, the teachers that have been teaching to you, the people, the lukewarm Christians are giving a bad rap to the faith, and you are not sure how to be bold for Christ. As we unpack this story, let's focus on what they did not do. They did not conform. They did not relate. They did not fit into the world that they were in. They stood out. So today, I want to encourage you to stand out. Is there times in the day where you are like your friends and you are like your families who don't believe in the Lord, and no one will be able to pick out the Christian in the crowd? Or are you standing out? Some ways that we can stand out is by refusing to worship what the world worships. Some things that the world worship is obviously the music. Are you listening to only worship music? And worship music is actually fire. There's so many great artists out there. You just have to be willing to search for them. Or are you listening to the world music? The statue that the Hebrew boys did not worship was of King Nebuchadnezzar. Is there things like big things in this world that everyone, like, it might be clothing lines, it might be this, it might be that are not representing the Lord, they're actually doing the opposite, and you are following them? Boldness in the Christian faith means that you are only and only going to serve the Lord Jesus Christ and worship only the Lord Jesus Christ and nothing else. Oh, I believe in God. I believe, yeah, like, let me say my grace for my meal. And then your actions show otherwise. You curse out your family. You curse out your friends. When someone pushes the right button, you lash out. The anger comes out. You are fitting in with, you're doing what the world would do. By the way you talk, by the way you move. Yes, it is hard to take yourself out of what you all already know. The family culture, the friend culture, the culture that you're in, the society that you're in. But have faith that what you are going to be bold in, the rock that which you're going to stand, the foundation that you want to set your house on, is going to be a rock, and no one's going to be able to move that rock. You being bold for Christ means that anything that comes your way will not destroy your house. No wind, no wave, no hurricane, nothing of this world, tragedy, trials, traumatic events, accidents, people slandering your name, saying things, they will not affect you. You will be bold and you will stand on God. Boldness. That's what will happen when you choose the right answer, when you choose the one and true God, Jesus. He will never fail you. He has said so many promises to you, and he wants you to know that those promises will come true. Just put your faith in him and him alone. It reminds me of King Solomon, one of the richest and wealthiest and most wisest kings ever to walk the earth. And he fell. Why? Because he decided to follow the gods that his wives were following. Israel, the chosen people, one chosen by God. Time and time again, they follow God, they follow other gods. They follow God, they follow other gods. They follow God, they follow other gods. Has God been unfaithful to you? That's a rhetorical question. He has not been unfaithful to you. Great is his faithfulness. Just because he does not come on the time that you want, just because he's not answering the prayers that you want to be answered, doesn't mean he's not faithful. Doesn't mean he doesn't deserve to be worshiped and glorified. Look at the last part. But even if he doesn't, we want to make it clear to you, your majesty, that we will never serve your gods or worship the gold statue you have set up. We will never. Confidence, boldness. Let's take a stand on Jesus and only Jesus, and never serve anything else. No other God, there's no other gods. Those are just fake things, but nothing else but Jesus. Something that's implied, reading between the lines, that they were together. These three Hebrew boys, they were united in one. They had other people. They had people to lock arms with. Do you have people to lock arms with and stand firm with Jesus? And if you don't, let's build that community right now. And if you don't want to build it here, go to your local church. If you don't want to go to your local church, find a community. They are out there and they want to lock arms with you and stand firm on Jesus. But they had a group. These guys were willing to do it together, back on back on back, and say, we are standing on God. His name is Jesus Christ. There's no other name who heals. There's no other name that saves. When push comes to shove, a bold Christian is going to be firm in his faith. When there's, oh, but is God really real because of, this, and this, the world says this, the sign says this, this. A bold Christian will stand firm, will be about his business, and his business is Jesus Christ. When trials come and tribulations come, people say, oh, why not just do this? Oh, why not just do that? Oh, my family did. Hey, like, I see you're in a tough predicament. Why don't you just go do this and go do that? Standing on business. You're praying about it. You're bringing it to the God and you're saying, my God will save me. And even if he doesn't, I'm still not going to serve your God. Boldness. Yeah, Berto, I understand the importance of boldness, but I need something practical. I need some steps. I need some things that I can take away from this video so that way I can be bold like you're telling me I should be bold. First, when push comes to shove, when things are getting heated up in your life, trials, tribulations, arguments, people's relationships, things at work, a bold Christian has faith in God. A bold Christian will go to God first. A bold Christian will say, my Lord will save me, and even if he doesn't, I'm not going to serve your other gods. So when push comes to shove to you, when things start to heat up in your life, things are not going, a bold Christian has faith in Jesus. A bold Christian will put God to the test. As they did, they said, our God can save us. So a bold Christian will know who God is, the power that he has, and will put God into the situation. So a bold Christian will say, my God can provide for the finances. My God can heal my wounds. My God can heal my sickness. My God can heal my grandmother. My God can heal my grandfather. My God can save my brother. My God can save my sister. My God can get me a new car. My God can get me to school. My God can make sure that application is approved. My God, put God in the test. A bold Christian will not be wavered. Nothing can influence a bold Christian. So if your friend or family member tries to convince you otherwise, to believe in something, another God or another belief or a bold Christian will be stubborn and say, no, I believe in Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ alone. And that means that bold Christian cannot be wavered. There's a reason why the Lord said that a bold Christian, a person of faith in Jesus Christ, is like a house built on a firm foundation. The firm foundation is Jesus Christ. So you have to build your house on Jesus Christ. So when the winds come, your house is still there. When the waves come, your house is still there. When the rain pours, the house is still there. So when the waves come of people trying to convince you of other faiths, you're not going anywhere. When the pouring of trials and tribulations come down your house, I have faith in the Lord Jesus Christ. When the winds come and the things that are life events, accidents, traumatic events, your house is still. So far we have a bold Christian has faith that whatever's going on, that God can come through. Secondly, a bold Christian will put God to the test and bring God into the situation. My God can. My God can save. My God can heal. My God can provide. Put God to the test. Thirdly, you have to be on the firm foundation and not be weary. You have to sit, stand, and set your house on the firm foundation. You will not be shaken of life and what life can bring to you. And when you sit on that firm foundation, you are going to wait and be patient. That is someone who is bold for Jesus Christ. They are patient. They exercise patience and they wait on the Lord. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. What else can I say? That's how you're going to be bold. That's how to be a bold Christian. Faith. Put God to the test and be patient. Put your house on that firm foundation and allow God to do the fighting. I hope that helps you guys so much. And let's be bold together. Let's have our backs to back to back and stand on Jesus. And when we get thrown into the fire, as we learn later in the chapter, but suddenly Nebuchadnezzar jumped up in amazement and exclaimed to his advisors, "Didn't we tie up 3 men and throw them into the furnace?" "Yes, your majesty, we certainly did," they replied. "Look," Nebuchadnezzar shouted, "I see 4 men unbound walking around in the fire unharmed, and the 4th looks like a god." Look what boldness gets you. Walking with Jesus in the fire. Talk about shining light. You're going to shine so much light that people are going to be transformed from the inside out, that you've been wanting and waiting for them to believe in Jesus just because of your boldness. Later in that chapter, Nebuchadnezzar then makes a decree for the whole city. Like I said in the beginning, that city was anti-Christ. Makes a decree that everyone in that city has to believe in their God, which was Jesus Christ. Look at that. Look what boldness gets you. If you want a revival right now, if you want things to change right now in your city and in the world, be bold. Let's go. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. If you guys like this video, please subscribe, like it. That helps out the channel grow to get this message to other people. If you like something really specific, please comment down below and we can chat in the comment section. I love you guys. See you in the next one. Peace.